There's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, it helps futures lose pride.
What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. Actually, let me just say that one more time. This is Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. Now, let me tell you that my life is really, really crazy. But I promised that I was going to get back to my daily shares, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm not going to keep you long, but I can also tell you that we are making a lot of progress on the relaunch of my podcast, which will be Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. And we're going to talk about all the great things, to include some of the things I'm going to share with you today. Now, before I dive in and get to the details, whenever I say let me, I feel like I want to say, let me be the one. Like, let me be the one. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having a hard time. I'm laughing at myself, it's not you. Okay, real quick update. We recently completed our 8-week fat loss challenge. Now, you can always go to the website and you can do the 8-week fat loss challenge at any time. My recommendation, if you start it on a Monday, but everything is explained step by step by step. Great way to go. And the people who were in the challenge, let me just tell you guys again, I applaud you. That was one of the coolest challenges. I'm not going to say of all time, but it's definitely one of the best ones that I experienced. And I watched people experience in a really long time. And yeah, so congratulations for all of you who took your nutrition education to the next level. You applied it, what we call an experiential. And we saw people in the first 3 weeks shedding 5 inches off their waist. If you could shed 5 inches off your waist, would you do it? Yeah. And would you do it if you could just eat regular food? Yeah. So some of you who have weight to lose, you want a smaller waistline, you can always do our challenge, or you can get with one of our coaches, or you can reach out to me for a free consultation. The opportunity is there. So I just wanted to go over that, but we have a new challenge that we have 2 more days before the price starts to go up. It's still going to be a discount. But right now you could be part of a team challenge that is going to go for 12 weeks. And if you join now for only $50, you get like our 8-week fat loss challenge. We just throw it in there so that you can do something now, because the team challenge is going to kick off in May. So I just want to encourage you. Great deal. Now, after Friday, it's still going to be a good deal, but it's not going to be $50. It's going to be $69.95. Now, normally it could be $149 up to $199. So that's still a good deal. So it's going to go up $19.95 after Friday. So don't put it off. It's a great way to get involved. You will have the 8-week fat loss challenge, and you can participate in the team challenge. And so all the information is available. So click on the links, go there, learn more, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, before I share with you this thing called, well, a topic around eating the same thing every day. That is a very interesting concept. And when I talk about it, because this is not a canned approach, I'm just going to share with you what I know. I've been in this space for 30 years. I've seen a lot. I've met a lot of people, and I'm going to share with you the pros and the cons. But before I go there, let me give a big salute to all the parents who are raising kids who are autistic. In the last the last year, I have had the opportunity to watch some kids who are autistic, go from not using words to using words, not being able to draw inside the lines when they color to drawing inside the lines, not looking through you almost like they're just existing, but almost as though they're no longer autistic. And it has literally had me cry on some Zoom presentations we've done. I mean, it really touched me to see this. And so our coaches, to include myself, have a program now that we're making available to parents who want to upgrade their nutrition and experience some of these results that we're seeing. Now, I'm not here to talk about that, and I'm not here to try to sell you on that. I'm bringing this up because today is World Autism Awareness Day, and it's responsible of me to contribute by at least talking about it. So I'm going to share a couple things with you that a lot of people don't know. And April is also Autism Awareness Month. Now, April is a special month for me. You got a lot of amazing Aries out there. My youngest daughter is an Aries. Her birthday is this month. My mom, and I'm a mama's boy, is an Aries. And her birthday is this month. Those are two people that I love with all my heart. They just happen to be Aries. And I know Aries are giving, loving people, and they're a little stubborn at times, but they always come around, and love is always in their heart, if you're in the signs. So shout out to mom and shout out to my daughter and all of you beautiful, amazing people who are Aries. And now we know that today, April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day, and that whole month is Autism Awareness Month. And if you didn't know, however change you want to see happen, before it happens, there must be an awareness. So here's some stats for you to think about. And it's interesting because just yesterday I did a presentation on Alzheimer's. And maybe because they both start with an A, I don't know. But in 1960s, autism affected just 2 to 4 children per 10,000. Okay, so for every 10,000 kids that are born, 2 to 4 kids will become autistic. They would be autistic. That's pretty small compared to what I'm about to share with you. Today, that number has surged to 1 in 36 children in the United States are autistic. Think about that, 2 to 4. So let's just go up. 4 out of 10,000 compared to 1 out of every 36. If that does not get your attention, I don't know what you're looking for, what you're waiting on. This is real. So do me a favor, share this information, push the button, share it. People just need to be aware of this. And when you look at what's taking place with kids, and then you start to see what's taking place with those adults who have Alzheimer's, and then you start to look at all of the autoimmune conditions that people are living with and have and are dealing with that they never had before. It's like somebody is okay with it just being right blatantly in front of us. Something is going on that ain't good. And I believe it goes back to nutrition, which is a space that I'm in, right? As a nutritionist for years, a health and a weight loss coach, a guy on a mission to help people like become aware and optimize. I'm all about like, how do we fix this? And the good news is that we're actually doing it. So if you're a parent of a child with autism, I want to invite you to schedule a free consultation with me. And I'll tell you about our program. I'm not there to sell you. I'm just going to tell you because it's all about you being informed about things that you may not be aware of. And for the first 5 people that I do this free consultation for, I have a gift I'm going to give you that's valued at $170. And I want to give it to you. You know what? I'm going to do it for 10 people who do a free consultation with me. I'm going to give you a free gift that's valued at $170. Now, that's not just for everybody. You must have a child. You must be a parent or guardian of a child who is autistic to get my free gifts. There's no way for me to check it. I'm just going to ask you. And I hope you're being honest. And then I'm going to give you the gift. That's it. Okay. So we're done with that one. Now we're going to talk about eating the same thing every day. Okay. I want you to think about this. And if you guys have thoughts or comments, okay, please post. And also, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe. We're working on figuring this out so that people are aware of our message. We know they like the message. I mean, I do presentations all the time. I was just in Chicago and you could hear a pin drop because what I'm talking about and what we share on a regular basis is very good information that you can benefit from. It's not gaslighting. It's not a celebrity did this. It's not all the hype. It's about real life information and thoughts, ways of thinking that may be different than what you're doing now, but could put you in a position where you're going to be better off. And today's topic is a great example of that. Think about it. The title is Eating the Same Thing Every Day. And I was inspired to share this today because I had a client that I was on the phone with. And she says, well, is it okay for me to eat the same thing every day? At least breakfast. I was like, look, you can do whatever you want, but it's my responsibility to share with you this. And that's the pros and cons. So the pros, as I've written there, when you stick to the same thing all the time, it can definitely make life easier. You don't have to be thinking about what you're going to eat. You can reduce that thinking fatigue, right? It'll help you. It'll just help you, right? You know how you go online. I've seen people post like in their meal prep. I got the same food. I'm eating the same thing all the time. And in their mind, they think that they really believe that that's going to help them. And it will in the beginning. But here's the cons. Number one, when you have a lack of variety, you do run the risk of being deficient in certain ingredients. Because if you're only eating the same thing all the time, if that thing is lacking vitamin C, or is lacking omega-3s, or is lacking this or lacking that, and you eat the same thing all the time, that could show up in some type of deficiency. Could. I'm not too concerned with that part. You do run the risk of getting bored. I'm not really concerned with that either. And you may not either. You might, I'm good. I don't really care. I just eat just to keep moving. Okay. But here's what happens. If you are not aware of the gut microbiome, okay, that's 70% of your immune system. Gastroenterologists are specialists in the gut, the gastrointestinal tract. And what they all agree on, which is not always the same thing, but when they all agree on the same thing, if you are not eating, let me rephrase that. A healthy gut microbiome is a diverse microbiome with all these living creatures inside of your intestinal tract. When it's diverse, that's a good thing. And the only way you're going to have a diverse microbiome, gut microbiome, is if you are eating a variety of food. So if you eat the same thing every day for breakfast, and here's a big shout out to all you nutritionists, dietitians, personal trainers, health coaches, people who advocate health. If you're eating the same thing all the time, and I hear you talk about the gut microbiome, that's hypocritical. Because a healthy gut is a diverse gut, which means you eat a variety of foods. You're not going to get there's no real debate on that. Also, what I've seen over the years, way before I even knew what the gut microbiome was, so we're talking, I mean, I've been at it for 30 years. And that is, when you eat the same thing all the time, at first it's cool. And then I've seen the majority of my clients get to a point where they can't stand that same thing that they ate every day. They can't even look at it. So you start off, it's all good, right? So let's use eggs, for instance. I have a client who says, oh, I can eat eggs every day. And I could too. I mean, actually, I would kind of debate myself on that because I really could eat eggs every day. But I've never eaten eggs every day for 4 months. And what I have heard, or the feedback I've gotten from my clients, is that when they do that, eventually they get to a point where they don't even want to look at an egg. So you start off great, and then you move into the hate. So that's wisdom. Change it up. Challenge yourself. Eat different fruit during the week. Change it up. If you haven't had green beans in a while, eat some green beans this week. If you haven't had a baked potato on the way, go have a baked potato. Make a baked potato. If you haven't had kiwi fruit, get yourself some kiwi fruit. If you've only been eating green apples, buy some red apples. You see what I mean? Like, mix it up. And this is how you optimize health. Now, some people don't want to optimize health. Some people just don't care. Like, I see people from my hometown, not all, but people I grew up with, and I see them eating foods in a way that they post online. There's no way they're optimizing health. No way. I mean, my heart goes out to them. It's really sad, actually. But it's a willful ignorance that puts people in a position sometimes to not have an open mind to look at other ways of eating so they can optimize health. And when it's not willful, they're just ignorant. They just don't know. And saying someone's ignorant is not, I'm not being mean. Ignorant literally means you're just unaware. And once you are aware, in the words of Dr. Maya Angelou, like once you know better, then you're in a position where you can do better. So the take home for my share with you, what I know to be true, is that you want to challenge yourself to consume a variety of food. Eat things that you don't always eat. Mix it up. If you eat broccoli, okay, great. Try broccolini. You'll probably like it. If you haven't had zucchini, hey, have some zucchini. Have some green, have some yellow. Mix it up. All of that is going to help your gut. And if you help your gut, you help your immune system. If you help your immune system, you are helping yourself to optimize health. And for those of you, again, I'm going to stress this because I've heard, I have some new coaches that are working with me, and in their mind, they bring in baggage, things that they think they know, or maybe they're stubborn and they want it to be a certain way. But if you eat the same thing all the time, that's not helping your gut microbiome. And the last thing, and this is going to freak some people out. Okay. 2 things that I've seen over the years. When people eat a variety of food, and we have a way of measuring the variety of food, okay? When they eat a variety of food and their goal is to lose weight, we've noticed that they reduce their waistline way more than people who eat the same thing. Think about that one. If you're eating the same thing all the time, compared to someone who eats a variety of food, the person who eats a variety is going to shrink their waistline way faster than the person who eats the same thing all the time. I know this for a fact. I have the data. I have seen it. I have seen it. And I'm speaking primarily plant-based foods, right? Vegetables, carbohydrates, right? Green beans, black beans, pinto beans, mix it up. Go buy some 15 beans soup, make some chili, red peppers, bell peppers that are green, orange, yellow. The more you mix it up, the better. Now, it hasn't always been that way, right? Because if you go way before refrigeration and way before modern day industrialized access to food, like strawberries, we can eat them year round. At one point, you can only get them during a certain time. But then when that was over, you had other foods that you had for a certain period of time. So you have gaps, but you're still getting a variety of food and you're changing it up on a regular basis. But here's the last point. We know, going back to the work of Norman Cousins, that depending on what you consume as far as food, plays a huge role in the speed of digestion and the rate of your metabolism. Oh, tell me. Yes, I said it. He knew that when you don't have happiness, digestion slows down. Your metabolism literally slows. So stress could be playing a role for some of you having a hard time losing weight. But with a lot of these diets that people get on, right? Like keto and intermittent fasting, they start avoiding food and they believe it's helping them, but it's not. See, I can say that out loud because we have done evidence-based clinical studies where you have controlled groups who are eating a certain way. So we know with as many as 4,000 people in one of our trials that if you eat 3 meals in a day compared to people who are eating 2 meals or even 1 meal, the weight loss and overall health benefits are superior if you're able to eat 3 meals a day, even when the calories are exactly the same. If you space it out and it's 3 times you're eating, you're going to get better results compared to those people walking around. Yeah, I don't really eat in the morning. I don't really not hungry. I just eat 2 times. But I said clinically proven. Now you could anecdotally say, well, it works for me and I'm good with, okay, God bless you and keep doing what you're doing. But I'm in the business of helping people. So when I can share information that's clinically proven and is substantiated with data that backs it, I'm recommending that because it's not about me and my personal preferences. It's about how I can help someone get to where they most want to be. So I don't have a video to share today. I just wanted to have a talk. I was sitting in your house. If you had any questions. What's up, Darlene? I'm glad you made it. You caught me. I'm back, Darlene. I've been going through some stuff. There's a song. Everybody's going through something. And I've been going through something, but I am back and everything is good. So again, if you want a free consultation, take me up on it. If you have a kid, if you're a parent or guardian and the kid is autistic, I'm going to share with you some really good information and then I'm going to give you a gift. Outside of that, if you want a free consultation to learn more, we have so many positive things taking place right now. A lot of positive things, but I'll share more about some of that stuff tomorrow. But today was to take a little close look at the pros and cons of what it's like or what could happen or how it works when you eat the same thing all the time. All the time. Okay, no questions for me? All right, you guys. I'm Robert Ferguson. I'm out of here. And
no more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, it helps feel